What's up, creatives? Welcome to the Tiffy Show. If you haven't, make sure that you turn on notifications so that you know when I post a video, because my videos are pretty exciting, so I don't want you to miss them. Today, we are going to do a travel video. I went to Thailand for 11 days in a carry-on, mind you, so I need some points for that. And it was an amazing trip. I'm very excited to share some tips for when you travel to Thailand. And I said when you travel because I want you to go to Thailand and experience this really awesome country. In this video, I will be going over the Bangkok portion of my trip and giving you tips for when you visit. I traveled Thailand, Bangkok, and Phuket in a carry-on. Me, I'm bougie, y'all. Look at this. Like, this is not someone that can easily, as I mentioned before, I'm not a minimalist, but I was able to travel to Thailand in a carry-on. The reason I like traveling in a carry-on, I don't like to lose my stuff. Don't want you to lose my stuff. Like, no, like I do not like checking bags. I like to keep my stuff next to me at all times. And so I traveled in a carry-on. It was really pretty easy. And I documented everything that I took in my blog, so you guys can go check that out if you're just like, how do I travel in a carry-on? It's not that hard, you can do it. And then also in Thailand, you can buy anything that you need. Accommodations, I stayed at the Novotel in Bangkok. I love this hotel. We had free breakfast every single day. It was the buffet of my dreams. This is, hands down, this was the best buffet I've ever had in my life. It had all sorts of food, just you could eat fresh fruit, fresh juice. I would definitely stay at this hotel again. The food was amazing. I still dream about it, and no food or hotel has topped it since. So I highly recommend this hotel. Transportation. So getting around Bangkok is actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. From what you hear, there's a lot of taxis and tuk-tuks, but what people don't really tell you a lot is that the public transportation is pretty dope, and you can use the SkyTrain and subway to get everywhere, which is what I use for most of my traveling. And of course, the ferries, which is really fun and you should do. Now, my tips for using transportation. A, you can definitely use taxis if you want to. Just make sure that their meters are turned on when you do get in the taxi. If not, you can still use the taxi, but make sure that you negotiate how much you're going to be paying before you travel with them. With tuk-tuks, definitely negotiate before you get in the tuk-tuk. I think you should have the experience of trying a tuk-tuk because it's a lot of fun and it gets you from A to B. If you don't want to spend all your time negotiating in terms of transportation, or maybe you're just not good at it and you're just like, yo, I don't want to deal with that, public transportation is the way to go. Another tip for transportation, you will encounter, or I hope you do, the ferry system there, which are their boats that can take you from A to B as well. The thing with the ferries, the blue ferry is more of a tourist ferry, and that's the one that most likely you're going to take. There's nothing wrong with this ferry. It's great if you want to take pictures, video, things like that. It's less crowded. It's slower, so you're going to get to your destination a little bit slower than if you would take the ferry I'm about to talk about. So that ferry is about 40 to 50 baht. Now the ferry, if you want the local experience, that is 15 baht, is the orange ferry. And you're going to want to look for an orange flag. That is how you find the orange ferry. This is the local ferry. It is very different than the blue ferry that I mentioned. It is fast. You're going to have to jump on and off, and you're just gonna have to know where you're going. But it is fast and it is fun, and it is very cheap. So I would suggest trying both ferries. Tourist attractions. So when you are in Bangkok, you are going to want to do some tourist attractions, as in going to the temples. They are beautiful and there are plenty. When visiting the temples, there are clothing restrictions that you should be aware of. I was aware of all of them before I went, and yet still didn't pass the test when I was going into the temples. So I want you just to be aware of them. If you do get stopped and they say, hey, you're not dressed appropriately, which is what happened to me at the Grand Palace, just know that you can go outside and buy a shirt real quick. In terms of tourist attractions, I'm not big on tourist attractions when I visit places. I just don't like crowds. In terms of this, you have to see something when you're traveling. Like, I get it, you gotta go see something, and they're beautiful. So we picked two places. We picked the Grand Palace and Reclining Buddha. I'm so glad I saw those two, and that was pretty much enough for me to grasp the magnitude and beauty of these temples. Now, we almost got scammed because we were looking for the Reclining Buddha, and a person came up to us and told us that it was closed. No, Reclining Buddha is never closed, so don't ever believe that. What I have to say for shopping in Bangkok, the malls are huge, so definitely go into a mall at some point. I went into Terminal 21. It is humongous. Like, it is probably the biggest mall I've seen in my life. Now, for the true Thailand shopping experience, I suggest going to the night market or the weekend market. Out of the two, I enjoyed the night market a little bit more. That is just because it was at night, so the heat wasn't just like beaming down on me. It was a little bit smaller, which I do better in like smaller selections. You gotta get ready, guys, because it is bargaining. You're going to have to bargain. You don't have to, you can always take the price they get, but they are used to bargaining. So you shouldn't pay over 500 baht in any of the markets for anything. So if they try to get you for 500 baht, know that you can bring it down. If you see something you like, just buy it there. You're going to see a million more of them, but you'll find the good deals in the center versus the outer section of the market. I didn't find that out until halfway through my day, so I was over it by then, but don't be like me.
Yo, for real. Markets here are no joke. I'm so tired.
Food in Bangkok, Thailand is delicious. You're going to have a lot of Thai food and it's going to be delicious. You're gonna have mango sticky rice and pad Thai and all of that good stuff. What I wanna say is enjoy the street food, enjoy your restaurant food. Just, you know, listen to your intuition. Know that if something has been sitting out for a very long time, that it might not be probably the best for you to eat. Always pay attention to where women and children are eating. That's because, especially locals, because they are not going to give their kids something that's not safe. The more popular the booths, the more likely that they are going to be safer for you to eat. You also wanna watch out for any cross-contamination at any time. So just see how they're preparing your food and be like, you know what? I don't know if I wanna eat the fruit right after she like cut a fish's head off or something. So just pay attention to that stuff, but you will be okay. I can safely say I paid attention to all of this and I did not get sick at all during my trip. Make sure that you enjoy your time there and that you don't have days just super packed with stuff. That's why I only mentioned to go to a few tourist places, go to a few markets, but have a day or, you know, half a day that's just for you to enjoy.
Yay, we're swimming right now in an infinity pool. And now we're about to go get massages. Yay! I'm gonna fall. I'm just kidding.
I highly recommend upon all recommendations. Jeez. Get a massage like every day that you're there. I made the mistake of getting a massage on my last day in Bangkok, and it is something that I strongly regret because I refuse to pay the prices in Los Angeles for massages now, and I need one real bad. Like the baddest, okay? The massages there are amazing.
Yay, we're getting massages now. So excited. What are we doing?
Now we're about to get a massage, Thai massage at this awesome spot. Check it out. We're about to get some boozy stuff going on.
Yay.
Let's go now.
These massages are incredibly affordable and you are not going to regret your decision to get one. You're going to have the experience, the ball-in experience depending on where you go. You can go get a really cheap one if you want, or you can get one at a really nice place and have an experience that you probably would be spending hundreds of dollars for in any other city in the US. Those are my main tips for visiting Bangkok, Thailand. If you want even more, I've created multiple guides on my trip to Thailand so that you can have all of this at your fingertips plus more. Make sure you visit the travel section of my blog. It will be down below so you can get all this information. It's free for you and I think you'll really enjoy the information. My next video will be on Phuket. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you share, like, subscribe, and comment. Comment below and let me know if you have any questions on Bangkok, Thailand, and I will see you next time. Stay creative.